past time to start, we will call this meeting to order. This is the Tuesday, March 2nd, 2026 absentee board meeting agenda. Well, I'm just reading. Anyway, I declare the meeting open. If you will, join me in a moment of prayer. Lord, we thank you for this day. Thank you for all that you've done for us. We pray that this meeting today will go like it needs to and be easy. We pray for everything that's going on around us. We pray for a good day tomorrow. And we pray in your son's name. Amen. And Mr. Carter, if you would do the honors.
And for the pledge of allegiance, right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
I don't think this is yours, is it?
Yep.
So before you have the minutes of the of last week's meeting, the February 24th meeting, I'm sort of gleaned over them and I'll give you a minute. I never did get an email with this.
Did you not?
Hmm.
I sent it out. I don't know why. I sent it about Thursday or Friday, or maybe even before. I sent it kind of early this week.
Okay,
Sorry.
maybe I kept looking there.
It may
Well,
have been Wednesday.
Okay,
It was pretty early. It was right after our meeting.
I must have missed it then. Probably opened the email but didn't. Because I'm carrying on emails. I was expecting it Thursday or Friday. Anyway.
I don't see anything wrong with them. Move we accept our minutes as presented.
Motion,
Okay.
have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I'll start this around. So, and I skip this right here. Got out.
You good?
Anyway, so we read the conflict of interest statement. As the Surrey County Board of Elections, we have a duty to avoid conflicts or appearances of conflicts of interest. Does any board member have any known conflict of interest or any appearance of conflict of interest with respect to any matters coming before us to our board today? If so, please identify the conflict or appearance of conflict and refrain from participation in any particular matter. And anybody got any problems today? I don't. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on down the list. We've approved the minutes. Pledged. Have you got
Did you do
anybody? No. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I'd entertain a motion to approve this agenda that we're starting down.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
I'm gonna go with Terrell. Anyway, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
We may want to change the Tuesday, March 2nd to Monday, March 2nd.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good catch.
Yep,
Just a small technical.
okay. So noted and changed. Any other discussion?
I'd amend my motion to make it Monday.
Okay. Well, on down there, Is the day the second or the third?
Today's the second, tomorrow's the
Today's the
third.
Okay, so there's actually, if you go on down below public forum, I'll change that. I'll make this Monday up here. So it's been duly noted and changed.
May, all technical corrections as pointed out, I amend my motion to include those.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We, have you got any,
No, nobody online and.
nobody's online, there's nobody present. So the public forum is passed on. So, Madam Director.
Alright. So today I'll pass out absentee stats. Take one and pass it down. You know what? Got one for ballots on my desk. I'll go grab those, but I'll go over the stats real quick first.
Okay.
I'm gonna text Erica. There. All right. So today, so we have mailed out total 235 ballots. That's 3 military, 3 overseas, and 229 civilian. Out of those 235 that have been mailed out, overall, 165 have been returned okay. That was 23 at our first meeting on February the 10th, 30 at our meeting on February the 17th, 61 at our last meeting on February the 24th, and then today we have 51 that are recommended approved for today's meeting. And out of those 51 recommended approved, we have 14 with photo ID exception forms and 37 with photo ID provided. That's 2 military and 35 civilian. And we do have 4 ballots that did have to be spoiled and reissued since our last meeting. And a few of those, the deadline is tomorrow for them to bring them back. So I did make them aware, all the ones that we had phone numbers for, that we recommend that if they don't get it, go ahead and vote election day. We have curbside, I told them the options that they do have. And at the time, some of them did, still had options to vote early as well. So we gave them their options. So those are what we have today. I did text them, but I can go grab those real quick. Sorry about that.
It's fine. You need help?
No, it's all, let's see. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Haven't we only had one so far that was a photo exception?
Correct.
I mean, out of all the meetings we've had, haven't we only had one that's been a photo exception ballot so far?
No, we had that form in several of them last time. That gives
For
the,
different reasons.
that's got the different reasons and they can list the
Yeah,
4
I
digits.
know that, but
We had several of them.
did we?
Yeah.
That mic's constant on that microphone.
It is.
I don't have that anymore. Let me see the copy of the minutes. See, mine, you disappears.
It says here.
16. I knew there was several. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
And that was just last week's.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. We did have about 5 get returned right at about 4:30, so we checked those in. So, you want to start out with the ones with exception forms first, or?
Yep.
Okay, so we have 14 of those. I'll pass those around.
Sydney, is there a number on this that shows photo ID exception forms?
No, not for overall, because once they're, approved
For
for
the
this
kind of these
end up,
categories?
yeah.
Okay. Do we know what
I
that
could really
number
run
is?
something else,
You don't need to do it now. I was just wondering, maybe after the
Agree.
election is over, I'd like to get a total
mhm.
of what percentage were exception forms.
Yeah, I think that's something I could run, it's just not in those stats right there.
Okay.
Um,
And I could
like,
probably look through the previous
um,
minutes.
Well, that's true.
This is a printed signature.
They just have to make their mark, I mean, that's,
Okay, this is for the witness.
yeah,
Okay,
still, we're not. Let's see, the first meeting we had two. Second meeting we had. Three, so there's five total. Next meeting we had 16, so 21. And today 14, 21 and 14, what is that, 35? 35 out of total, where's our stats, this is today. Total, we've had 160, or excuse me, 165
So 135 out of 165.
have been ID exception forms.
Okay, but they are given a driver's license here. So,
If they check that reason where they have to provide it.
so the one I was concerned about is one that didn't provide a driver's license or
And
social
that was
security
if
or a
like
photo
they
ID.
were disability or a different reason. The majority we've seen are unable to photocopy and then they're required to provide
Okay.
driver's license or social. But yeah, I think we did have maybe one or two that selected a different reason, disability, illness, lack of transportation, something like that.
Okay. You'll have to bear with me. I'm
No, you're good.
new to this,
That's how you learn.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're good.
but it concerns me. And so, I mean, just for security of the election, without having a photo ID, but having the driver's license number, social security number should be a good. I assume she's at a nursing home. Since she had an assistant with her. What do we call our teams that have gone to the
MAP teams,
MAP teams?
multi-partisan assistance teams.
multi-partisan assist? So that's usually when we see someone sign down here, right?
Or sometimes it might just be like if I was helping my grandma, she
Okay.
was shaky or something, I would need to fill that part out.
Okay.
So, sometimes it might be a family member, but yeah, if the MAP team does it, they'll definitely sign there.
You usually know if you get a group coming through and the same person will have signed
Yeah. then that's
5
the
or
MAP
6
team.
in a row, you'll.
Mhm.
So do y'all ever look back and see the stats on YouTube, see
Like how many people watch and stuff?
if,
I mean, I can, but I don't often,
I just wonder, but we just,
how many views, that kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Making, you said that. Yeah, okay, thank you.
And Erica's passed, so she feels.
Okay. Thank you.
Her files right now.
Yeah, I figured, all them setting up now.
Yeah.
So back in 2020, when churches weren't meeting, 60 is a big deal for us. There was a Sunday that, well, from Sunday to Saturday night, we had almost 900 views.
Oh, on your YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've looked back, but not recently, about how many people.
Gene,
All right, awesome. So everybody's reviewed.
We reviewed. What say you?
Motion to approve the 14.
I'll second that.
Well, a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous approval.
Yes, so the next category I have is also recommended approved. These are the ones with photo ID provided. So we have 37. You want to pull the 20 random again? Is that good with y'all?
Yeah, I think.
You want to pull the 20
16,
random?
17 or whatever.
I think
You want to do
20
20
is
like
our
we've been doing?
number.
And these two, the
Yeah,
reason they're
that's good.
different, they are military overseas. So if you want those two in the back, you can. And let's do that one that has the note too. And then the rest are very cut and dry. So there's three.
Voted and approved,
Okay.
2 or 3
So
elections.
seven,
Yeah.
20 would be the number.
Carol,
8, 9,
during COVID.
and
We're
11.
not permitted to go to hospital
Mhm.
or nursing home,
Oh,
couldn't go in, couldn't see their loved one. The Volta assistance part,
That's 3.
Matt
what
team.
was
16.
16.
they went in, they suited it, they masked
18,
up,
19.
gowned up, they went into the hospital. Family, first person to go.
And gentlemen, these counted as part of the 20, but these have, they have some luggage. And so
You want to finish with those?
we'll finish with those.
Good way to put it.
There you go. So,
Sydney, what was the total that finally came out of Pilot Mountain?
at the early voting site
Yeah,
or just the precinct?
Just the early voting.
No, and I'll tell you. Website. Unofficially 840
Damn, that's good.
and Elgin unofficial 880. Dobson 2404 and Mount Airy 4701. And those are all unofficial numbers for a total of 8,825 voters.
Wow.
Thank you, Robin. I appreciate it. There's your copy back.
That worked out well.
I can get that back in there.
Seems to always,
It
or
is,
recent
right.
history, they're an election day precinct. I don't know why, but.
It's gonna be really interesting to see what these numbers shake out like,
Mhm.
the before and the after.
Yeah,
And then add this
at
in,
this, yeah, these few, yeah, because they're not in those numbers right now, so we're probably pushing in closer to maybe 19% with this batch.
I
We'll
want
see.
to do this again. That has the information updated through this.
Okay,
I'm struggling with the little pocket.
yeah, it's tiny.
What are you looking for, Clark? I was. paying
Well, I'm
attention to something else.
just statistics always
good.
interest me.
Okay.
And you can read a lot of information into this data that we'll get here in a little while off of what she sent to all of us earlier.
Okay.
Or last week, rather. How many people have voted in each of these precincts?
Oh, at early voting?
Yes,
Okay.
absentee and early voting.
Read that expiration date.
But it's been less than a year,
Okay,
so she's good.
okay.
Even if she's over 65, it could be
Okay.
even more than that, but it's
Stand-
definitely less than a
I
year.
stand corrected.
No, you're good. I checked that one in just a little bit ago, so I
It's
remember
really
that
good to
one.
look at that though.
I do remember that one.
Did this turn out to be a high turnout for early voting in off-year elections?
Definitely. Absentee by mail hasn't been very
Right.
high turnout, but early voting has been very,
Nice.
statewide.
Best I can remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
statewide, the turnout right now is, I was trying to find an email. I was emailing, find it
I
again.
think you'll know that.
We are almost double the
Okay.
statewide turnout in
When you-
Surrey
You
County.
turned it over.
Really?
As a percentage.
Yeah,
Percent, okay, well, that's, and so that suggests that there's a lot of interest in local elections.
This election is
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I would've
we
thought-
currently have
I would've thought you'd
18.46%
never- there is, but-
turnout. The state average right now, or this was yesterday, 9.24%.
Wow. So people are interested in local elections?
Yeah, so I expect election day to be pretty busy too.
Double interested. That's a good way to put it.
be interesting to know what our different local candidates read is on those statistics.
I was thinking that, I just didn't know how to phrase that question. You phrased it beautifully. I was wondering what their thoughts are on the turnout.
I'm sure they're happy, I would think.
Well,
Well, some might.
One
be,
is, and-
some might not be.
yeah, in elections, some may say, oh my, and some may say,
Well,
oh
that's
my.
true.
I think the interesting part is to look at, and it's really why I took that sheet and put it in
Sorted
order,
it.
in sorted it out by by precinct where they had turned out the heaviest. Because it's really interesting to see what areas of the county more people have turned out.
Oh, I see what you're thinking.
I had heard from one of the North Carolina House candidates was saying, he was over in Wilkes County, because part of, their district's over there. And they only have one early voting site, and so some people have to drive 45 minutes or an hour, so their early vote turnout was really low. Election day will probably be high, and yeah, he was saying it was pretty dead over at their election day site, that our turnout's been, definitely a lot heavier.
How do they justify just one site? Just local
No,
voting?
I've had, people ask me before, and I'm like, I'm not Wilkes County, I have no idea, but that's up to their board to decide, so I'm not sure.
Their five-member board.
Yeah.
Decided that just as we did.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure the reasoning.
Do they have a history of having just one early
I
voting site?
think so, as far as I know.
You can pull it out anyway.
You can see that a lot of these folks are out of the same household because they're witnessing for each other.
No stamp on this one, receiving it.
Okay, it was probably today. Yeah. I can, tell you,
Would you please
remember the name.
stamp?
I missed that.
Okay, I'll look right here and I'll tell you the date that it was returned.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's just miss?
Let's hold up on this.
You know her of it too. Yeah,
Get a hold of it, boy. I didn't see a stamp on this.
I missed that too. And I'm gonna let her talk when that gets around,
That's why we have many eyes.
right? I'll let her talk about these three.
Your discretion, take
Yeah.
care of this one over there.
That one was returned 2/25. It just got missed to get stamped. Sorry about that.
25. Okay. Get a stamp. You want to stamp it or you want to pass it
You
through?
just pass it around. That's
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
Did get my name tag today.
There you go. We're not gonna throw you out. Hey, Ken.
So you want him, meeting.
You-
Any more people be able to get in?
Yes, please, just to be safe.
This is,
Yeah, just to be safe. Yeah, well, we can lock up afterwards if you want us to. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
I'll refrain from telling my funny story about him.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
And you have three,
I
correct?
have three.
Clark's the keeper of the numbers.
I've got the right number here
Okay.
then. That'll make the 20,
Yep.
and I'll put you one that's not been stamped on top.
Okay.
So I'll hold this up to you.
Yeah, so that one, the reason why it has the sticky, it's similar to one we had last meeting. So the voter actually, put their ballot in the wrong envelope, but it was sealed. And so according to numbered memo 2021-03, it talks about anomalies that are not deficiencies. Ballot is inside the executed ballot envelope, which is not sealed or appears open and resealed, but the ballot envelope is received in a sealed return envelope. Immediately upon the return envelope noticing the situation, staff should reseal the return envelope with the notation of sealed in returned envelope. The county board should open the return envelope and address that ballot at its next absentee meeting. So that's what happened with that one.
Okay.
So everything's right except for the ballot's just in the other envelope than it normally is.
Yeah, I like that. I can see that, Dwayne. So I'm not gonna paperclip it together, but
Okay.
And the other two are just military overseas. So
okay,
that's why it's a smaller envelope.
okay.
I said military overseas, they're actually both military.
So we had 3 militaries and 3 overseas or something.
So far, ballots returned okay. We've had 2 military and 2 overseas. So I guess those would be the 2 military. We've probably had 2 overseas that have already been.
Yeah, I know, I knew that we had,
So
that they
that
were family.
We'll have had 4 total.
4 total after today if these are approved. So that one was mailed back and then this one was submitted electronically, which they're allowed to. So we'll definitely have this one as a remark. And you can open that up. That's just the voters' IDs there and then just their affirmation or affidavit saying, they're allowed to return that.
So ID is,
Second page is their photo ID. There you go.
okay,
Sydney, would you remind me now? This only has one witness plus the public.
So they're only required to do a notary or 2 witnesses. So if they have a notary, that's accepted.
That's what I remembered, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you're good.
there's 2 copies there. The second page of the white paper is the photo ID.
Do you mind passing me that date stamp and I'll just do this one for the 25th that I missed, even though it looks different, we'll just stamp it. Yeah.
I know this devil dog.
Huh, you know him?
I know him pretty well. Our kids, my son grew up in it.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yep, he's a cat now. Enlisted, went to OCS.
See, I'll put back to today. March 2nd.
I've been on the wrong day all day. It's been,
It's been one of those days. I got here early and today is still just flown by. Don't know how.
Still not enough time.
No.
Now, this is overseas. This isn't military.
They're both military.
This is
They're
military.
both military, yes.
No paper clip on that.
Okay.
Okay, but she didn't send her military ID or.
See. Where it went.
The clip.
Yeah, you have one. I thought I had an extra. I might have one over there if not. I'm just gonna put those back together. Thank you.
you're a Boy Scout too,
What makes you guess that?
because he's always prepared with everything.
You're right.
So that's number 20.
That's 20.
It's number 20 of the randomly pulled from the recommended approved category.
Make a motion, we approve them all that are recommended.
No, second that.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Right, thank y'all. And then the last ones we have, we don't take any action on, but I have been just passing these around. So these were all ones that had to be spoiled and reissued. and I have notes on all of them. So the first one, the power of attorney signed for the voter. And unfortunately, even if the voter can just make their mark or they can write disabled, cannot sign, but a power of attorney can't sign. So reached out to that voter and she understood. So there's that one. This one, one of the
I'm
witnesses.
sorry, you talked to the voter, the voter, not the power of attorney.
I talked to the power of attorney for the voter and she understood that even if he can't make his mark, that she can write disabled, cannot sign.
Okay.
So there's that one. This one is, one of the witnesses forgot to sign, so that one had to be spoiled and reissued. And then both of these, the same thing, they sealed their ballots and everything in this envelope. So the ballot's in there, but they provided their driver's license, but didn't get they didn't sign, didn't get any witnesses, do anything to that backside. So those had to be spoiled and reissued as well. So I can pass those around. So if it was just a voter missing signature, we can send a cure where it's just a letter where they can sign. But since they missed everything on that back, we did have to spoil and reissue. But we did recommend all those, in that to, if they want to vote early, they're welcome to. Same thing for election day. And I also made them aware of curbside voting if, they have trouble getting out or getting into the polling place.
The one where the power of attorney signed on their behalf, did they give any indication what they're, are they gonna try and do anything to correct that?
Yeah, she said she was gonna try to get him to make his mark, and if he couldn't, she would write that disabled, cannot sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the last tag.
So we had 14 of the ID exception forms, 37 with ID provided, so for 51 total for recommended approved. So that should be 51 to add to our, let's see what we closed with last meeting. We closed with 114. So our closing number today should be
Confusing, huh?
165.
I
If I'm at right.
You got two ready for remark now, right?
One, yeah.
Oh,
The other one was mailed.
okay, that,
The smaller,
military
this one
one.
was mailed, so it has a actual ballot. The other
Gotcha.
one was submitted electronically.
There she is.
How's it going?
So 165,
Okay.
Sydney, is in addition to the 8,825 votes received, early voting.
So these haven't been added to that total.
Today.
Yes, yeah.
today.
Today's haven't been added to
No.
this, but the others have.
So far,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, to the sheet I'm gonna pass y'all here in a little bit.
So I assume all of the mail-ins we got would be counted under Dotson then, right?
No, they would go to their precincts like this. I'll pass out here in a minute. It's split up by category. And so far, before today's meeting, the highest was, highest precinct turnout for absentee by mail was Mount Airy 1 with 19. Lowest looks to be several with 2. Short Creek 1 and Long Hill. Actually, maybe, and Mount Airy 7. All had 2.
And we can receive them through 7:30.
Tomorrow, at 7:30 tomorrow is the deadline, yeah, to return them. Unless they're military receives, if they mail them, they just have to be postmarked by tomorrow or their time.
Yeah, as long as they have completed it that time, I don't think post.
Oh.
As long as it's received the day before campus at 5 o'clock by us.
For
If it's
military
online,
overseas.
by 7:30 or tomorrow.
In military overseas, we only have one of each that haven't been returned yet. They're still, and out of our 235 we've mailed out, only 61 have not been returned. So it's pretty good. Almost 75% have been returned. So pretty good, numbers. Yeah, I hated to see that.
Yeah.
And I talked to the voter and they said, we did our photo ID, we did everything, we just didn't even see that. And she said, I thought I remembered us doing that in the past, but we just missed it. So hopefully she gets her new ballot, her
Yeah,
and
hope
him
so.
and can correct it or go vote, vote election day
I hope
tomorrow.
so.
No action required on that.
No action required for those. So, if you're good, we'll get a bipartisan team and open up the Ds 200 and roll on.
Yes, ma'am.
Who wants the Paul and,
Gotta be bipartisan.
No,
oh, you got
Paul.
Paul and.
Go ahead.
All right.
So Clark, you're out of the 61 that's not returned yet. What would you expect tomorrow?
And the next one?
80%?
Correct.
Of them?
Next one, 295.
I'd say maybe 50.
Correct.
Maybe.
So 30.
Just
Yeah.
and check these blue ballot boxes, because we know we'll have.
That'd be my guess.
Okay.
Although,
Or close.
you know, with the way turnout has been,
Um,
but I have found, at least in the past, most of the time, by the time you get to town, if they're gonna come, they come, you know.
Right.
If I request one, I'm gonna be certain that I get it there, or at least that's the way I think about it.
we open.
Right.
Footprints out.
And I wonder too, if now it has changed and there was some leeway on that in the past. And now it's a drop dead 7:30 tomorrow. If that will have any impact, I wonder if there will be those that come in, you know, in the 2 or 3 days following the election. That, you know, will count. That'll be interesting to track, to see.
that will be interesting.
I hope they all come in.
I do
Hope
too.
every one of them.
Right.
These seals while we're waiting. 'Cause we
It's
know-
gonna be interesting to see how many people vote tomorrow. Given how heavy the turnout has been thus far.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I'm anticipating where people are so excited to vote. So the turnout will be low tomorrow. Or if they run congruently, you know, like early voting and those who vote on the same day. The same things that would excite early voters. Are they two different populations? Or are they just people anxious to vote who would normally vote?
See the trouble I had.
I think it'll be a heavy turnout tomorrow.
Think so?
I do.
Okay.
I think, although I've not looked at the weather, I don't know what the weather is.
It's gonna be better than today.
I think folks will come vote tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what's driven people out thus far in the early voting
We'll continue.
will drive them out tomorrow as well.
We'll see. That'd be interesting. But I'm like you, I was wondering, if I were a candidate, how I would interpret these numbers. And I would think by precinct would be important to interpret too. And,
I
or at
know,
least would be useful information.
I know when my wife ran, you know, she ran 4 times, twice with opposition. I paid really close attention to where folks were voting at. Where the vote turnout was heaviest. That was really important to me to know. And where we needed to pay attention.
Right.
It sort of told me, I don't know whether I was right in my thinking or not, but I read a lot into it anyway.
If you're good, we're gonna.
Especially if you grew up in the area and with friends and
So-
family and certain areas, you knew that.
Well, I've lived here
All
all
right,
my life.
the
Yeah.
one ballot that needs to be
No,
remarked,
Surrey County.
can you go ahead and,
Go ahead and, yeah.
yeah. Y'all are bipartisan.
Be
Okay,
glad to
Yeah.
What do you want us to do?
Like my name.
talk about it.
okay.
Just a second.
I think that's what they're. I
I think you're right. I think that's what we have to do.
Yeah, y'all gonna remark it. Make sure you fill it in. Y'all are inside the line.
Color inside the lines. Okay, I think I learned that about 11th grade. They tried to start me in first, but I just never could color inside the lines.
Tickles me. Yeah, I keep calling him 2.5 years old, but he's gonna be 3 in July. And he can hold crayon like this or whatever. You see him sometimes, he's just.
And he does what now?
He'll just get hold that thing and I'll be.
It's well colored.
Yeah.
Going through some
He wants to get his money's worth out of that crayon.
I'm gonna excuse myself for
Oh.
saying.
You're
So
good.
we won't know whose ballots these are because we're not gonna see who it is. We're just gonna see the ballot,
Okay, yeah.
right? Is that it?
We're
You'll
not,
just have the number up at the top
Okay.
that you're gonna compare. And yeah, I keep that. There, middle of y'all, whoever wants to call them, whoever, so you see the number matches, and then that's the precinct number.
Right. Okay, and this is what I have here.
okay,
Okay, I have Margot Dupree. Then
tell
I
you what,
have,
I'll tell you how to do it, or at least
Okay.
what I've done in the past.
okay,
You call it out. Then you look, make sure that I mark the same thing that you call, and I'm
Okay.
gonna look over and make sure that that's what you could, what you,
Okay, there we
what you
go.
did.
all right. Virginia Fox. I guess I should say that lowly, shouldn't I?
Well, if there was some, if there were others that were doing it, then yes, we do it.
Michael C. Brown. Dan Kiger. T.J. Bledsoe. Frank Fleming. Bill Neil Grindle. Brandon Johnson. Tony Hutchins. Kent Whitaker. Charles McBride. I think you did it perfectly. And you stayed inside the lines and colored
What do
good.
you think about that?
I think it's what it was.
You gotta,
See, North
go, 17.
17.
Okay, we're good. Okay, let's do this.
So we got to go within and see.
That is what? March the
Second, March 2nd.
Put a C in March, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You and I sign there? Oh, you.
Okay.
Okay,
We go.
very good.
Right, hold in the other, thank you.
That's all we ever will know. I don't know whose names ever associated with it.
Understand.
Last time I had the suit on was 2004. How do I know that? I found 14 cents in my pocket and I didn't know it was there, and I checked the pennies. And one was 2004.
I know it's hard for y'all to believe, but I used to wear a suit every day to work. And then I moved down here and I noticed none of the salesmen that I was in the industry with wore suits and ties. So I said, the heck with this. And I went wearing golf shirts and slacks.
I'd agree with you.
Yeah, I liked it. Suits were kind of hot in South Carolina driving around. Holiday
Cindy, do you need
samples.
help?
Be fine, get up.
So I wear one every Sunday.
I don't wear one anymore. I haven't worn a tie in, I guess, decades.
And then there's special occasions.
But then I don't preach either, so.
Especially the MAT teams.
Yes, sir.
And the MAT teams going into the hospitals and nursing homes.
Mhm.
COVID. MAT teams also goes into the jail. County jail.
Okay,
People who are incarcerated that have not been convicted.
yes.
They don't have a felony record. But they ask for a vote. They get the vote. So the MAT team goes. in.
I never thought about that.
Well, they're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, they don't have.
Right? I mean,
And there's-
that's our system.
I mean, even if they're being held until they've had their trial, they can vote until they've been convicted.
So
They can be held right there at the local prison.
And a misdemeanor doesn't
No,
void their
No,
vote,
no.
just if they're a felon, right? Now, do felons in North Carolina, do they get the right to vote again at some point? or
yeah,
no?
if they get their franchise back.
No. If they get their,
Finish probation and parole.
Yeah, they have. to
Okay,
pay- They have
okay, I
to pay
thought they did.
everything off and then they get their franchise back.
And have,
is that what it's called? Getting
do they
the
not have
franchise
to pay
back?
back
You
their,
have to complete. the
any
sentence.
restitution?
And you're supposed,
Yeah,
That's just something separate,
Yeah. they're supposed to apply before just a court or magistrate to get it back.
I can understand that. I mean, once someone
go
has
with it.
paid their debt to society.
or if they're serving time and they get fully pardoned or whatever.
Well, if they get fully pardoned, then that, if it includes all debts and everything else, yeah. But that, the governor's on one to do
Now, do
that.
they go through a process for that, or is it automatically restored at that point?
No,
Do they have to apply?
if you finish your penalty, everything, including the financial end of it and everything else,
Uh-huh.
that's when you can ask for your franchise back.
Okay.
But you have to be totally clean of your, yeah.
There was a period of time, I think it was in 22 or 23, that it was a ruling.
It's been back and
It
forth.
went, it went from no voting. The felons do have the right to vote. There were felons who registered to vote in that time period. And even voted. Well,
Mhm.
but then it changed.
Okay.
And I think it went into the Federal Court of Appeals. That changed it back. Those people that were on the roll, that we had one that voted.
Mhm.
Their vote at that point in time, by law, it is challenged. It has to be challenged by the chairman. The chairman presents the evidence of this person registered in this period of time. They were able to vote at that point in time, but then it changed. And they cast a ballot. And now that ballot is up to a trial
Mhm.
among us being challenged.
Mhm.
Quasi-judicial hearing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it was all voted. No, this ballot is void.
Mhm.
About those.
The ballot with those numbers at the top was pulled from the vote. And what votes were there
Mhm.
in that ballot
Deducted.
were deducted from the totals before canvas,
Mhm.
so that the canvas was correct.
Okay.
Well, those numbers at the top are so important, and it's so important that they not be identified.
Okay. I see that.
So
Hopefully they're still there, because otherwise she could have been in.
prior
That's what it is. So
to
they're.
becoming involved, I had a broad outline view. I knew most of the pieces. There's a lot of little bitty pieces.
It's hard to fathom.
And
The book said. It's like that
Yeah.
thick.
And even then,
It took me
it's
3 weeks
hard to
read it.
grasp, seeing,
Mhm.
you know, it's like knowing what the rules are, but when you see it actually put into
Let
motion,
him see
it's an entirely different idea.
It's hard to, unless you're going through it, it's hard to realize where all the ramifications
So-
are. And
And in the past, I was careful to not make blanket statements. Even as the chair of the party. And I knew people that made blanket statements. But I had been a judge too. And you know, um. I'm gonna quit right there. Because if we are being recorded.
That's a wise choice on your part, Mr. Chairman.
But
But
just open-ended blanket statements.
they're
It's in
dangerous.
trouble.
They're
It's in
dangerous, yeah. But I will say this, and let's go on public record. I am very pleased with what I've seen in the security of our voting system. I think photo ID is just common sense. And I can see that even when we have the exceptions, I think there's been one that I've seen that didn't have a social security number and or a driver's license.
Right.
Applied. And that concerns me. But I mean, we follow the rules. We don't make the rules, right? We follow the rules. But as I have a chance to get feedback,
So that's turned the
higher
right
ups,
way.
that might be the one thing.
First
to say.
And you know where that
You gotta have,
came from.
it doesn't,
I don't.
that's the back. Yes, you gotta have that.
Okay, yeah, gas,
Well,
gas,
well,
because the General Assembly said so.
yeah, that's it. And that's all come in the last, you know, it's come since 2010.
Yeah.
It's all been done since then. So, you know, you would assume it's written as stringently as they want it to be.
Yes.
That's the way to view it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Really.
It's as tight as they want it to, it's as tight as they want it to be tight.
Everything was turned back.
But
That's.
they're not Jesus. And so, so they don't get everything right.
I have to get in.
There's only one.
Get my-
There's only one Jesus. That's correct. That's correct.
Prop six.
So none of us are so good that we don't need to consider what we're doing and look back at it.
And
It's with
That's
most
perfect.
things, it's with most things, when you press real hard here, you don't, it's often hard to see that that has an impact here.
That's a true statement.
And I suspect that the folks that are responsible for making those exceptions have understood that there's a here
Mhm.
that it impacts.
That they want to get to.
Yeah.
And even with the blanket statement, I've heard people make remarks about others. And they don't know all the details of what those individuals were going through. And I'm talking about hierarchy within the party, within different things.
You see,
Yeah, I understand.
felon
Even in
unlawfully
government.
voting, class one felony. If you're a felon and you unlawfully vote, it's a class one felony. It requires knowledge that the citizenship had not been restored. If you lose your citizenship, I tell you.
Really?
Yeah. That's why you have to ask for your franchise tag. List of convicted felons who lost their voting rights for an election. Restoration of voting rights, and it's got the whole system. So once you've been convicted, you don't get it until you ask for your rights back.
Now, is there some that would tell us that someone has become a felon? Who maybe was registered to vote? Is there something that we see?
It's,
We get weekly reports
they get,
from.
they
You
get
do?
lists, they get a list.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
so.
We had last year, we had an incident where a person
Yeah.
from another state had a felony, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember, maybe.
Well, yeah, one member says, sir, they were from New Jersey and they felt they hadn't paid their full penalty and they tried to vote for North Carolina.
And according to that, that was a felony to try.
That's right. It's a felony to vote if you don't have the right to, if you not have your citizenship is not.
I think I'd have just sat home then.
And that law, the felony, has gone back and forth since I've been here since 2020.
I don't think there was
Four or
any,
five times. So
Yeah.
what the easiest to keep up with was as long as you weren't in prison or jail for your felony vote. And of course, that was easy up with, because they're in front of you, they're not in prison or jail.
Yeah.
But now it's, yeah, their probation parole, because all the time we'll get people registered D, and they don't know that, and then it flags it in our system when they try to register. So we send them a letter saying, hey, we can see you're a felon, and if this is incorrect, in 30 days, they can appeal that. But yeah, we get those sometimes, I think, where they get out and they're trying to get everything straight, and they go to DMV and attempt to register.
You ready to close it? Sydney? Okay.
I went ahead and
There's been some interesting towns. Was it?
65, and we had, so we started with it, 15 to 165 is, should be our numbers with that, let's see. 114 plus the 51 that we ran. is 165. So that is correct. And I went ahead and recorded that seal, that one,
Decide
Yep.
whether or not.
and then the next.
The second.
When I laid 2 on that end, just, I didn't actually seal on, but just the ones I was gonna use. 404, 554,
Yes,
and 404,
555, yes.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna shut down and seal up.
And there's a lot of people wouldn't believe the manual process that we go through.
No idea.
Somebody asked me, said, what are you gonna be all the time? Well, I can only imagine in November.
Work one day a year,
Yeah, this is.
one day every 2 years.
Yeah, it's a lot of activity for somebody who only works one day every 2 years.
I've been telling them all week. I'm like, wait, why are we here? We're only supposed to be here tomorrow.
That's it.
Yeah, we've been here few hours the past couple weeks. All right.
You know, it's like most things, though. You don't really appreciate something if you're not involved in it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Said it for years and years. Ain't appreciate the other man's job unless you've done it.
that's right.
Well, and I have said this too. Till you live with somebody or till you work with them day to day, you don't really know who they are.
We've been doing both.
You know, that's a true statement. And Sydney, I'll tell you this about one of your workers. Out of all the people I lived with from the time I moved out of my house, there's only 2 of them that I was close to when we got done.
Okay, yeah.
And one, of course, is my wife. You know, we live together.
The other one
We get
barks.
along. And the other one is Randy
What'd you
Britton.
say?
The other one barks.
Barks, oh,
Oh, Barks.
those ones can't complain too much. I
Yeah, I like most of them.
He did say
People, yeah. But no, Randy, we lived together for a while and
Yeah, he said y'all were roommates when
Yeah,
you played
we-
football, or?
yeah, we were roommates, and out of all the roommates I can have, he's the only one I can recall that I liked at the time we ended that roommateship.
No.
Because
Okay.
it's like Chris says, until you live with somebody, you don't really know
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, let's live together, man. We
Actually,
got a lot of same interests.
actually.
Man, you're a slob.
See if you can remember
Or I'm
who
a
said
slob.
this.
Whatever. What's that?
See if you can remember who said this.
You want to
I
stand out.
play 18 holes of
So
golf. with a
here's
man,
fine.
Blow him inside out.
Really?
Who said it?
Well, it sounds like Trump's a big golfer to him, but I don't know.
We'll just go ahead and get these out of the way.
Perfect.
Dwight David Eisenhower said it.
Wow.
What?
What was that statement?
18 holes of golf with a person. By the time I get through, I'll know everything I need to know about it.
Well, he would know I wasn't a good golfer.
You reveal yourself on a golf course.
Speaking of the slob, you wanna really, before you enter a house or anything, go look in the passenger side of their vehicle.
Oh, no.
That's true.
Oh, now you're getting personal.
Well, some
You've
of it
gone
depends on
preaching
how
and
often
meddling.
somebody rides with you
That's
too,
true.
but yeah.
Yeah, but if they're a really sloppy person,
When I was 10 years old, I got the shape.
That's true.
You got one.
When I was 10 years old, I got the shape.
Somebody that I know.
He was running in 1952. My dad served in World War II under it.
Okay.
And we went up to a whistle stop. They used to have, on the back of the train, they had whistle stops. It was a Taunton, Maine.
Just be, say no more, just, and I've got a family member that's watching online.
Okay.
yeah, you better be careful.
Well, I have to be careful about offering any of you guys a ride then. That's all I can say is my truck looks like an office. Or let me rephrase that. It's got all the stuff an office would have. But it's
I'm not worried
inside
about
a
it.
truck.
There you go.
You always have what you need.
When I live in my daily driver, and I don't drive my daily driver out here
Paul Dwayne.
usually.
That's it.
Get that out of your way.
There's the last few. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So I just was gonna pass around the once full ballot we have. You won't mind signing it and we'll get a bipartisan team.
If you will. Yeah, draw straws for it or let Paul.
And then I just have the book.
Guess that's all we need, isn't it?
If you got a bipartisan, yeah,
Yep.
it looks like it. So the poll book of absentee voters, so this is everybody's names and their ballot numbers that we processed today, which was 51 total, and it's on the back here. The lines. The sign. Have these for you. So these are certificate of executed absentee ballots. So I have one for military overseas and one for civilian. So all the ballots that came in till today at 5 were regular absentee. Any that come in after that, so tomorrow will be supplemental absentee. And so that's why the state said we had to submit these to you and you can sign them and then I scan them into them. So it has a list of everybody who's voted so far. So for absentee by mail.
So does everybody need to sign this or
It's just
just?
chair. I attached the list there, but that's been all the ones that's been approved so far at our meetings.
So you'll put in all the dates and
Yeah, if you want me to do all that, that's fine. Thank you.
I'm not gonna go through that right there, but we've looked at a lot of people.
And it's 5 precinct, that's why they're kind of split up.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'll fill in. Perfect. All right, that's everything I have for absentee by mail. We set up the file. Yep, we're good.
So before I ask if there's any other business, there's two things I wanted to go over. So we're here today. We've got tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and then we'll probably break,
Come back at
Come-
7:30.
come back at 7:30 until Uh, then March the 6th, which is,
So provisional
Friday.
meeting.
that's Friday, right?
Yeah,
Friday.
and that meeting is at 1 o'clock. It's coming Friday.
And then,
March the sixth, Friday, 1 o'clock.
yeah,
And then
then,
please mark that one on your calendar, March the 13th, which is Canvas. That is required by everybody.
Paul and I have confirmed that he's available on the 13th,
okay.
not the following week then.
March the 13th at 11 o'clock.
And do we have something to do this coming Monday? There's something in an email.
The 9th.
Oh, that was the hand-eye recount.
Yeah.
That is our poll workers, so it's bipartisan teams.
Okay.
Y'all, I'll send out, the state, the day after the election draws randomly. It will be 2 sites. It could be precincts, it could be absentee by mail, it could be early voting. So for example, if they pull Mount Airy early voting and Dobson early voting, that's gonna take a long time for our poll workers to count those in eyes. So that's why I just put TBD for the time. Because if they pull 2 little sites, we won't have to have as many teams and we'll knock it out in an hour or 2. Now, if it's a big site, it might take us all day and it might take us 2 days. So that's why I put that as TBD, but y'all, that's open to the public. We'll live stream it and y'all are welcome to come, but we do usually hire our bipartisan team of poll workers to complete that. But I'll keep you updated on the time depending on what sites get pulled or what.
What day is that?
We're planning on having that the March the 9th.
Which is Monday.
Monday, yes.
I was sweating that.
We're looking for Long Hill.
That was,
Shaw's.
Yeah, we're looking for
Yeah.
Long Hill.
Three things.
Yeah,
Rockford.
that's what we're pulling for.
That's on the.
But
That's Monday the
But
9th.
it's amazing how often they do pull early voting.
What time is the Monday the 9th meeting that you're doing?
It's a TBD.
TBD, to be determined.
yeah, what sites get pulled? Because if a big site gets pulled, we'll probably start at 8 a.m. Now, if it's a small site, we'll probably start at 10 or 11. But I'll keep y'all and our poll workers up to date. And I haven't scheduled the poll workers either, because if it's 2 small sites, I'll probably only get 2 teams. But if it's
I thought if it was us, I don't have my schedule for Monday
yeah,
Okay.
because it's dependent on other people.
yeah, that's
And they've not made that decision yet.
Historically, if I remember right, I
least
think
5
most
years.
of the board, help me to remember, maybe there's been 1 Democrat and 1 Republican from the board that's been there at
Yeah.
most.
I think, yeah, it's.
Okay.
Is that a mandatory?
And
That,
I can look into it. I don't think so
yeah, I don't think so.
that I'm aware of, but I'll look into it and let y'all know for sure.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask one question to
Absolutely.
the director? If we have challenges that comes up, that would have to be held prior to the 11 a.m. canvass. In past,
Maybe that
if
one.
there are simple challenges, we usually either the day before or the morning of canvass, schedule those with whoever the challenger is.
Would that work for y'all if we did on
Yeah.
the canvas
That's-
morning?
I just wanted to let everyone know that that could be something that would be needing to be,
Yep.
would have to be determined if there is challenges that comes up.
And I'll let you know, we will have at least 3 right now.
Really?
Okay.
So I was gonna mention that to y'all and see, because I was looking into it, this is my first go round at it, but it did say, yeah, the canvas meeting, so I think we could do it that morning, the same day on the 13th. So maybe just start that meeting at 9:30 and then just roll, maybe take a break in between and then roll into canvas.
These are voter challenges, not election challenges.
Voter
Voter
challenges, yeah,
challenge.
No candidate challenges.
no.
But that's a potential too, right? You could have a candidate challenge.
It's late in the game.
No.
10
but I
days
don't-
after they,
Too late.
Okay,
I think, yeah, as far as I know, I think it's
That
too late for
timeframe.
that.
okay.
Do those hearings have to be recorded? You have to have a
Yeah, it will,
reporter for that.
do it now.
You have to have a reporter for that.
I think as long as we
Transcript.
record it, but I'll find out for
Okay.
sure on that too. But I think as long as we record it, I think we're good, but I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just has kind of popped up today.
Three
I'm
challenges.
just thinking, so if you gotta get somebody,
Yeah,
get on it.
yeah.
Gotta get
Like
on
I
it
said,
quick.
so this is kind of, we knew about it today, so I was getting ready for this meeting, but I did want to just make y'all aware, but they haven't been, like, the voters haven't been notified and it hasn't been scheduled yet, because I want to make sure with y'all if that would work that same morning.
Yeah, I've got that day marked off.
Okay,
That'd be
that's
preferred.
what I figured would be the case, and I think that's what we normally did in the past.
13th. Okay.
Thank you for bringing that up.
So 13th, 11 a.m., maybe earlier.
Yeah, so,
If
And
you
you'll let
know-
us know.
If you know you got
Or I
three,
guess
almost certainly.
Chris makes that decision, what time to meet, or you advise him and then he tells us, or.
I'm going,
either,
Depend on how many there is.
if
Yeah.
there's no more
Three
than
of them
three,
shouldn't take very long now, if that's all.
and these three are
You know,
all the
complicated,
same
yeah.
category, the same reason, that kind of thing, so I don't know if we can present them like that, but they should be, go
So a
pretty
half
quick.
hour
so-
should cover that. A half hour should cover that, right?
Probably, but we can allow a little extra time.
All right.
so if that number doesn't change, let's go with 10 o'clock, but if it changes, we can,
Okay.
Depend on the complexity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
okay?
Yeah.
So I want to make this statement publicly and this is this is non-political, but in regards to the past week's current events, make sure that everybody is diligent and keep their head on a swivel. I don't think that Surrey County is a prime target, but I look for some bad tomorrow
Wouldn't be surprised.
nationwide. And my heart goes out to the chief judge because that's a big responsibility to keep everybody safe, and certainly my prayers are for everything to go good tomorrow. Anyway, any other business?
You're gonna send those around.
Yeah, let's talk
Unless
about that.
anybody
Yeah.
else have any before?
Tomorrow's primary day in Texas too.
What do you say, tax day tomorrow too?
Yeah.
or-
I said tomorrow is primary day in
Yeah.
Texas as well.
It isn't, or countrywide, it isn't all, but there
Yeah,
is a
I
few
know
that
Texas
follow our
is one of the
schedule.
states.
I want to say I saw South Carolina's is in like maybe July or August. It's way later. So this is an Excel sheet I sent out to our sunshine list a while, I think on Saturday night. And Clark just sorted it by per precinct who's voted so far, their percentage. So overall turnout, this is not including today's absentee ballots that we, approved 51. So that doesn't include this. That was before. But before today, we were at 18.46% turnout overall, and that includes absentee by mail ballots cast and early voting ballots cast. So in statewide, Eric has my phone. I don't remember the exact number. It was like 9.2, 9.4% average statewide. So we're almost double the statewide percentage of.
Obviously, this rural county has something going on that
Mhm.
is driving that.
Yeah, so, yeah, we've almost doubled that number. And in the 2022 primary, our overall turnout was 20.38%, so right at 20% for the whole election, so we
Even on
are,
election day.
yes, that's
Oh,
including
wow.
everything. Provisional ballots, everything,
Another
so we're definitely on pace to really pass that. And I sent, let me see if I can find that email too, a couple other primaries. The 2018 primary, our in Surrey County overall turnout was 18.48%, so we're right at that right now. And then the 2014 primary, the overall turnout for Surrey County was 13.76%. So we're looking
We're
pretty
trending.
These are
good at-
wild numbers.
yeah, looking pretty good for turnout so far. And then Clark mentioned he'd like for us to update this too, as more, the rest of the absentees come in, and then we'll try to include election day in a column as well.
I wish there was a way that people would realize how important the primary elections are, because that's where you select your candidates that are gonna run.
a lot, you would be surprised how many people have no clue what a primary is. They'll argue with you about, well, no, I've always voted for both candidates. Well, you voted in a general, or then you have some people that say, well, I'm not gonna worry about this election. I'm just gonna worry about the real one.
No,
Well, what is this one? This is real one, so. And I did want to pass these out too, since our, if you don't mind, just take one and pass it down. Our last meeting, I think it was brought up a little bit about, public forum. And so all these documents are on our website. This is, things that our past boards have adopted, over the years. Most of these, I think, were in 2023. Get back to our website here.
Yeah.
So when you say past boards, you mean local boards, county?
Yes,
boards,
yeah,
county
like our
boards.
past, Surrey County Board of Ed.
Which includes the conflict of interest.
Mhm.
And let's see. There it is. Okay, yeah, so VOE protocol and rules of decorum, so that's kind of includes public forum, commitment to lawful duties, code of ethics, and the conflict of interest statement. So Dwayne had brought those, and I said, well, yeah, let's make copies so everybody else has a copy of that. Can you take that for me?
These three documents were, of course, reviewed and discussed with our attorney, Marcin, also. He had his stamp and input, and then stamp that they.
That was shit out that door. but we-
So how long has he been our legal counsel as the Board of Ed? Sometime,
2022, I believe.
okay.
And the county recommended that that we do it that way.
Like a little.
County
white
itself.
thing. It should be attached to.
His
her keys.
specialty,
Okay, maybe that's.
His election law.
Yes,
yes.
we've been well served.
So is there any further business?
Mr. Chairman, make a motion that we adjourn for the evening.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This motion cannot be discussed. We will vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
Adjourned at 6:33 PM.